I'd like to call upon Poorna, who will cover the top secret stuff Social Alpha is doing to enter the prop tech world and to help more people and more startups collaborate, connect, and grow. So over to Poorna R from Social Alpha.
Uh, Thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure meeting all of you. So I'll quickly take up on my good colleague Biju earlier in the earlier panel did take you about what Social Alpha does, but I'll just dive on a few other elements of the ecosystem of Social Alpha in today's presentation. As Biju has already highlighted, Social Alpha is a multi-stage innovation curation and venture development platform for science and technology startups that address the most critical social, economic, and environmental impact through the power of entrepreneurship and innovations. So we understand startups need advice, support, mentorship throughout their journey, from the time in terms of defining their problem statements till the time they are able to gauge their product market fit, move to market, address scalability, financial and operational issues. We provide end-to-end support and act as a platform throughout different stages. One is the research support, product innovation labs, incubation platforms, market access mechanisms, acceleration programs, and investment forums. Capital access is what we address. By providing this ecosystem, we're trying to address the main critical problems of market failure, sectoral and the sectoral challenges faced by entrepreneurs, and we'd like to support them through their entrepreneurship journey. Social Alpha has nurtured over 200 plus startups, as you can see, and we've invested in about 60 plus seed investments. Diving a little bit into the impact of the construction sector in the in the climate change space, emissions, waste, and pollution are the key big contributors of the construction space towards climate emissions. The construction sector today is responsible for about 40% of the energy consumption, and this is rising at a rate of 8% annually. This could significantly increase, by 2050. Another contribution from I would say out of 48 million tons of waste generated annually, 25% of it comes from the construction sector. Again, and only about 1% of that is recycled, and the rest of it is actually ends up in landfills. Also today, the sector contributes to about 30% of the air pollution in India. The dust coming from it is definitely a critical reason, and we know about all the polluted cities in India. This also, if we don't change our practices, there's a potential that it could contribute to about 70% of the air pollution by 2050. From Social Alpha, we believe that technology can play a key role in helping the construction sector reduce its carbon footprint. And some of the use cases and examples basis our research and expert advertise is IoT solutions, which can be used in many ways, such as remote operations and monitoring, construction tools tracking, in terms of equipment service and management. Blockchain will be critical to provide data security solutions between the IoT devices, and could also help coordinate better among the stakeholders involved here. Robotics can be used to streamline construction processes in this space. It can also help in better material management at the time of execution of a construction project. And definitely the last one, augmented reality, can be used to explore the environmental impacts of our construction projects. It can help during the planning stage as well as at the time of implementation. Given the need for innovations in this space, Social Alpha has launched India's first program on sustainable construction. Our focus areas that we're calling for innovations on are emerging technology, some of the use cases that I just explained, sustainable business construction materials, which is alternative materials innovations in the alternative material space, sustainable resource management, which clearly talks about increasing the efficiency or the life cycle of a resource, and process efficiencies in the construction industry. Circular construction technologies, actually ties back to the concept of circular technology, and waste management or utilizing resource to its full life cycle would be an interesting concept, and innovations in this space are called on for. And the last one is sustainable financing solutions, which is a huge factor to enable these solutions. We are offering 2 programs, which is the entrepreneurship in resident for pre-prototypes and incubation support for prototype-ready solutions. We've called, and I'm glad to say that we've launched the applications about 10 days back. We've started receiving interesting applications which are under thing. We're committed to building sustainable cities, and we'd love to hear about innovations in this space. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Poorna. So there it is. I mean, Social Alpha is like you heard also in the morning from Tata Trusts is where they started, and now they have multiple LPs and others who have capital which is available for startups with ideas in the sustainable prop tech space.